What's up, everyone? In this funnel hack, I've got a special one. I've got a twofer for you. Two funnel hacks in one video, and you don't have to pay extra for it. With this one, we're taking a look at Dan Henry. Dan Henry is huge in the ClickFunnels community. He's made over $10 million with his funnels, and he's really only built a couple courses. So it'll be really interesting to see exactly what he does with his funnels and what you can learn from it. So Dan has a new book that's out, and he's promoting the heck out of this. And he's using what a lot of people do is the free book only covers shipping. So you get the book for free, and then you only pay $7.95 for shipping, which in reality, shipping costs really do cost a decent amount. So if he's profiting on just the $7.95, it's by a very, very small margin. But as you'll see, he's hoping to get the upsells later. So he's got a video to go with it. And for a lot of people, they'll watch a little bit of the video and buy directly. He also has a lot of additional copy and testimonials to sell you if you're not convinced to fork over that $8 for the book. But it's a great book and it's a great value, so $7.95 really is a no-brainer. So the first upsell on that $7.95 is the audiobook, and it's a one-click upsell. ClickFunnels is great at this. They make it super easy. So after I've added it into the cart, I click one button and I can buy the audiobook, is what he chose to do, for $29. And this is just the beginning of the process where Dan can make a lot of money from this funnel and cover a lot of his ad costs, is by giving away that $29 audiobook, which costs him, basically nothing to send out. And it's, for the most part, pure profits. It just requires that work to get the audiobook created. But after that, it's pure profit. So after you purchase the book, you're going to the first upsell page, which is a $97 whiteboard challenge offer. And I didn't end up purchasing this. I don't think I purchased any of the other ones, but it's basically a course, designed to encourage you to create videos and create a whiteboard. So after that, you either decide to buy that or you don't. And then the next upsell page is for a $47 seven-figure mindset course. So I want to pause right here and explain what I know a lot of these guys do and what do they make sure not to do with these upsell pages. And that's the following. So when you buy the first initial product, it is a book. And that scratches one itch. What the upsells do a lot of the time is make sure that you're not scratching that same itch. So the book is, Millionaire Secrets, and he goes into a lot of his tactics and strategies with digital marketing. But with this particular upsell, it's for the mindset. So that's not scratching the same itch as the initial product that you bought. So, with the upsell, it's like, okay, maybe I do need to get in a better mindset, and here's a course to go with it. So it's easy to make that purchase because it's solving a need that I may not necessarily get with what I've already purchased. So I think that's a good key point to understand when you're thinking about what your upsell offers may be. So after this, a quick note here, I took screenshots of these. I took screenshots of these pages. So, this is a video and it doesn't normally look terrible like this. So for his second to last upsell, it's a $997 modern day copy course. So this is about how to write copy for your ads and also to make sure that it's compliant. Now, $9.97 is quite a high ticket offer for this, but Dan's the master, and he's convinced that he can get a decent percentage of people to upsell and buy this. And again, getting back into the math, we've started with a $797 purchase, which is basically no profit to Dan. And even if he gets 1 out of 100, even like 1 out of 1,000 people to bite on this $997 course, he's really swinging for the fences here a little bit. But that could make a huge impact on covering a lot of his ad costs and the lifetime, the average cart value of each one of his customers. So he's got the $997 course, and then his final upsell is really, it's a free webinar, and this is really like the final receipt page. So this is what the receipt page looks like. You can see down here where I bought the book, but that's tucked at the very bottom because he doesn't care that much about showing that part. He's more about selling you on additional things. And now he's selling you on doing a free training course. So you put in your email, and this is really his master funnel. This is the twofer part that you're getting with this funnel hack. The first is the book and all the subsequent upsells. But this is really where he's made his millions and millions of dollars, is on his sold out courses online course. And the way he sells this is through this particular landing page, which is a webinar. And I've also, this is another landing page which does the same thing and collects your email address and provides a strategy on how to grow and start your online course business. Both when you put your email in on this page and that page, it redirects you to the same funnel, which is a webinar. So this video is over an hour long, and there's so much to learn from what he's doing here. One, you can see the page is ridiculously simple. All it is the video and this headline that says, do not close the page. So he really wants you to be super focused on watching this video. And what I learned from the book, something that he does, is he's tracking you to see how long you're watching this video. And, this is what he said. He may be more sophisticated this, but he basically breaks it down into 3 parts. The first is, have you watched the video under 5 minutes? And in that case, you're considered a no-show. Like you haven't watched any of the video. And he will build out a specific email sequence based on that person. Like, hey, here's the link to your video. Maybe you forgot, et cetera, et cetera. He will send you an email to encourage you to go back and actually watch the webinar video. The second group that he does is 5 minutes to, let's say, 50 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark. But basically before you actually got to the offer that he presents. So in that bucket, he has a different email sequence that's trying to encourage you or maybe tells you about the offer that you may have missed. And then the third bucket is you've watched the whole video or you have at least seen what the offer is. And then it's a different email sequence where he's trying to convince you to buy because you've already seen the video, you've heard all the strategies and tips, and now it's time for action. And in addition to emails, he's also doing separate ads, retargeting ads on Facebook or Instagram, etc., based on where you are in the process. Did you not watch the video at all? Did you watch some of it, or did you watch all of it? And particularly in that last group, once you've watched all the videos, you get a lot of remarketing ads with testimonials and case studies and that. That's a key strategy that he does to try to get you to buy. And he thinks of every possible thing you might be saying in your head as far as why you're not purchasing, and tries to conquer those objections. So so at the end of the video, and I'm not sure if he does this or not, a lot of people will have, after you've been on the page for so long, a button comes down to where it takes you to the order page. I haven't seen that on his. Maybe he does it, maybe he doesn't. But what he does do at the very bottom, he gives you a URL, and it goes to soldoutcourses.com/book or call, or I forget the URL, but it redirects to here. And this is where he wants you to go to after you've watched the video. And again, there's a lot to learn here. So I think what he used to do is take you to an order form where you could fork over the $1,000, $2,000, whatever it was for the course. But now he's testing out a strategy where you're not buying directly. Instead, you're doing a 45-minute call with them. And again, what he talks about in the book is low ticket offers versus high ticket offers. So under $2,000 is what he considers a low ticket offer, and that's where you buy with your credit card as you might expect. But with the high ticket offers, over $2,000 or maybe it's $5,000, I forget exactly what he said, that's where he tries to close you with a phone call, because he doesn't think people will just whip out their credit card and spend 5, 10 grand. Instead, he wants to close them on the phone and go through that process that way. So his whole webinar is closing you on doing the 45-minute call, and then on the phone call, that's when he's really trying to close you. And there's probably a purpose, there's more of a purpose to this as well. He wants to qualify you because, I don't know exactly how much his course is now. Let's say it's $5,000. He doesn't want you spending $5,000 if he doesn't think that you're going to make an impact or qualify for it. Like if you're just a complete beginner and you spend the $5,000, yes, that's great. He gets the $5,000. But if you're not successful, you're going to be unhappy and, all that. So part of his, I think, reasoning for the phone call is to make sure you're qualified and that you actually are going to benefit from the course, which is great. So that's really a summary of the funnel. So again, it starts with the book funnel, $795, and through this whole process of many upsells, you could be potentially spending thousands and thousands of dollars. And it might not be right away. It could be at a later time when he's upselling you and you're seeing a ton of different ads and seeing a ton of his objections. Or your objections, him talking through those, like the price is too high, is this going to work? All those common objections. And, he's willing to serve up a lot of different ads, a lot of different emails to try to get you to buy into these higher ticket courses. So again, Dan Henry, one of the most successful ClickFunnels users of all time. He's made over $10 million. The guy really knows what he's doing. And I want to end with one final note, and what Dan really preaches and what he talks about in his courses. A lot of people will use webinars. Webinars are universally, a lot of people say webinars are fantastic sales machines, but a lot of people that do webinars make it very complicated and sophisticated and have all kinds of bells and whistles. And a lot of them do live webinars and you have to register for a specific time. And then you get hammered with a bunch of different emails to make sure you're on the live call. Dan's approach, and you could say it's right or wrong, his approach is to just get the email and show them the video right away. And if you don't see the video, then you get reminded from emails and Facebook ads to watch the video. And he doesn't do the live video, he does the pre-recorded video, and that's his strategy. So there's a lot to learn for that as well. So I hope this has been valuable, and see you next time with the next funnel hack.